Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Runepanel, you can call me Rune, and today we're talking about Mafia 1 Remastered, the remastered version. Yes. So, why are we playing this borderline ancient game released originally in 2002 and then later remastered in 2020? Well, if you've, been in the gaming news, watched the Game Awards or any other trailer, Mafia 4 is a thing now, apparently. And personally, I have never played a Mafia game, but I've always been interested in them since I was a kid. And since I've never played them, any of them, I've just seen a little bit of gameplay here and there, I thought, well, fuck it. The whole trilogy was on a dang good sale, and I yoinked them all. And here we are. I finished the game, just under 10 hours. You can probably shave off maybe 1 or 2 hours because I left the game on and I went to cook at some point and, came back, whatever. But besides that, about 8 to 10 hours of gameplay, just think of it that way. So yeah, let's do this. Let's hop in and have a whole game review. And let's begin with covering the premise of the story, You are Tommy Angelo, a cab driver. No one special, except you are a god at driving. Although you keep saying you're no one special. You're a damn good driver. So during a night, during your cab work, two mafiosos crash their car around the block, run over to you, and at gunpoint force you to drive them to safety. And bada bing, bada boom, you met Sam and Polly, your upcoming mobster's best friend. You successfully drive them back to Don's bar. Yes, the Don and the Mafia Don. Whoa. And they thank you with a hefty bunch of money, and that's it. Fast forward a few days, you're on a job, and some enemy gang members, the evil Mafia, are picking on you because you help the good Mafia, the Don's boys. The other Don doesn't like this Don, and they're fighting. So you run around town, you're being chased by these 3 dudes or something, and eventually you run back to the Don's bar, and you see Sam and Polly again, and they save you from the evil gang members by threatening them with a whooping shotgun. Wow. You get to enter the bar, you meet the Don, and boom, you are recruited. That's it. That's how Tommy Angelo became a member of the Mafia. So, let's talk a bit about the story, shall we? I ain't spoiling it, even though this is an old ass game. I'll keep it simple, in case any of you want to play the game and you haven't played it, or you want to replay it and you want to keep it fresh, whatever, right? The game is, as I said, about Tommy, and how Tommy rises in the ranks of the gang, of the Mafia group that he's in. Doing illegal stuff, eventually falling in love, eventually being betrayed, with dramatic, complicated interactions with other mobsters, gang members, and obviously the police. And honestly, I'll say this right now, the story is the best part of the game. Period. You should play this game for the story. Although, expect a somewhat cliche of a story, but it's still a good story. Right, what's next? Yes, the next part of the script. The graphics. And let's talk about the graphics of the remaster. So, the game is about 5 years old at this point, since the remaster released. And it looks alright. It looks good. It's obviously no Red Dead 2, even though that's also getting a bit old. But it actually still looks good. I didn't really experience any visual issues, any bugs or flickering or shadow or whatever. And honestly, I actually don't know what graphic settings I played on, but I'm pretty sure it was on the highest, and it looked good. There's nothing to complain. It looked fine, good enough. Some face textures were a bit, I don't know if I vibe with the art style too much. It's, semi-realistic, but you can see there's some, I don't know. The faces looked a bit weird, is all. But, onto the gameplay. And the gameplay, well, it was a bit, how do I put it? Simple? Simple is a good word for it. So, unless you skip the non-mandatory driving. There's a setting you can turn on, and there's a button you press and you skip every single driving part around town until you have to drive. You start every mission driving somewhere, or you run to a car to drive somewhere. You do something criminal, fighting or shooting, then you get a bit of story, either before or after, and then back into driving or driving away from the cops. I mean, that's kinda all of it, except a few other cases where you walk and talk to some guy and then you hop into a car eventually. You will always hop into a car. You're never escaping the driving. Driving is like 50% of the gameplay is driving. So expect to drive if you're playing this game. But let me tell you something. Personally, there's actually a good balance between gameplay and story, I found. I never got bored of the driving necessarily. It was a bit of a drag towards the end, but I still didn't mind it because you get story and then you get some gameplay and then you get some driving story game, Meaning I didn't actually get bored by the gameplay loop because it was a good enough balance between all these things. In addition, you start with melee in the whole story. You're obviously a bat melee fighting. Then you go into pistols, and then you start with shotguns, and then auto machine guns, etc. You get better weapons as you progress, but you don't keep them between missions. Instead, you get a little mix of different things every mission, and if enemies drop a shotgun, you can pick that shotgun up. To drop a machine gun, you can pick it up, etc. And it keeps things mixed and well balanced, So if you want to use a specific gun, you can do so. If you want to use enemies' guns, you can do so too. But in the gun balance perspective, I found that the pistol was the strongest gun in the game, the semi-auto pistol. It could kill anyone with a headshot, long range, short range. It was just overpowered in my opinion, and you would almost never run out of ammo. So, pistols very strong in my opinion. But that's that. Oh, and let's talk about these missions. I've been saying missions, and I don't want to get you confused because the whole game is set up in an episodic manner. And what that means is you get a mission, you do it, get the story at the start, get the story at the end. When mission done, next mission begin. Simple, alright? It's very simple. The whole game starts with you playing new game and it says mission whatever, 1, blah blah blah. Finish that, next mission. Finish that, next mission. Finish that, next mission. Until you finish the game. That's that. There is an open world roaming around game mode if you want to play that. But if you play the campaign, that's what you get. I have no take on the open world. I have not played it. I don't know what you do. I don't know if there's side quests. I don't know if you just drive around like an idiot. I have no idea. I think I heard there's side quests, but don't take my word for any because I have no idea how the open world works. All I know is that if you play the story, you do missions until you finish the game. And they're good. You get to run around a bit in those missions. But there's nothing to really see in every part of the game. Except there are collectibles, like I think there were magazines and comic books. You can collect them. And if you do, well, that's it. You just collect them. And if you miss them, that's it. You can probably go back, but I never did it. I didn't really collect them. Yeah, that's that. Just saying. And I think that was all for the game. Overall, the game was actually very fun to play. I'm not gonna lie. I basically binged it over 2 days when my internet was down. And hey, another win for offline games, am I right? And I actually really enjoyed almost everything about it. I was kind of really surprised and taken back. You had these pretty cliche gaming moments like car chases, epic long distance sniping shots, an assassination moment, awesome explosions, it's very 2000, I'm not gonna lie. So don't expect something mind-breaking or something really new. But if you're into an old school classic, then I say go for it. It was a blast and it didn't take long to beat at all. As I said, 8 to 10 hours. Depends on how you play it, Now, let's clear something up here. The game is not worth the base price, which is 40 euros or $40 or whatever your currency is. It's just pretty steep, I'm not gonna lie. Find it somehow for free or wait for a sale. I got it during the winter sale and I do not regret that at all. But again, base price, $40. not worth it. It's too short in my opinion, it's too linear, and I feel like it's a one and done. Like once you've experienced the story, you can't obviously go back, and that's it, you know. You have no different choices. It's the exact same story over and over and over again. So then again, 10 hours, 40 bucks, oof, a bit steep. But that's my opinion. Obviously your money, you do you. But I'm saying what I'm saying. But yeah, that's all for this game. I am planning on playing all 3 Mafia games that are out and reviewing them. So stay tuned for Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 reviews coming in the future. Of course, I am preparing all of this for the upcoming game Mafia 4. So yeah, when that comes, expect a video on that too. But for now, that's all for me. So let's have a chat in the comments like we always do. Have you played the Mafia games before? Or is this your first time hearing about them? Are you gonna try it? Or is this too wacko tobacco for you? Again, my name is Rune. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thank you for watching and making it this far. Good job. Consider leaving a like and subscribing. It always cheers me up to see you guys enjoying my content. And I'll see you in the next video. But, teaser, next video is about Disco Elysium and I finished it. Expect that. Bye.